Absolutely tremendous, ultimate, epic, amazing breakfast sandwich. Too much? I mean, I don't think so. Look, this is one of the simplest things we've made. You're gonna learn a few lessons in this. Are they gonna learn a few lessons in this?
Of course.
Of course you are. You're gonna learn maybe one of the most important lessons I feel necessary to teach. Heat changes things. Mind blowing. No, I know it isn't yet, but it will be when you taste it. He's laughing
That
behind the
face
camera.
you just made.
Oh, don't like stop it and slow mo it and increase it and blow it up and all that shit. Look, here's all this is. This is egg. This is a bun. This is cheese. We have onions. We have a little sauce. And we have a choice of a breakfast meat thing. They're all simple. Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna move my little individual egg pan that I bought like 3 years ago. I've been dying to use, and now I have a reason for it. By the way, this is a burn. Just happened 2 days ago. This is a cut, happened this morning. That's an older cut. Let's see what else I've got. No, apart from that, I'm okay. The onions are the beginning, and we're gonna give them some butter, some oil, because you know I think the oil keeps the butter from burning, and sliced red onion. And the goal now is simple. Soften these, let the natural sugars come out, they'll caramelize a little bit, and they'll make an amazing addition. An important, amazing addition to our sandwich. And yes, it's a breakfast sandwich, but no, it doesn't have to be reserved for breakfast. Once they're on, once they'll have a little oil, butter, whatever, just let them go and we'll go back to the rest of what we have to do. I should not be using this hand because it's ugly. And that'll probably go in because that's what you do. And honestly, for me, there is almost no better smell than cooking onions. They are truly glorious. So as I'm doing this, I'm reminded of the video we did Monday, the 3 Italian meat flatbread. I did it at my new restaurant, Gray's. We have another flatbread that's garlic aioli, caramelized onion, and shiitake mushrooms, cooked and a little vermouth added at the end. And it is freaking amazing. If you always had a pile of caramelized onions cooking in your home, you could add it to everything. Steak for dinner, caramelized onions on top, amazing. Chicken breast for dinner on the grill, caramelized onions on top, amazing. Grilled cheese for dinner, little caramelized onions inside, amazing. Scrambled eggs for dinner, little caramelized onions in it, amazing. I can't think of an opportunity where this doesn't work. You know, we have a dessert at the restaurant. It's a butter sauteed donut with like boozy Grand Marnier and candied pecans and caramel and sea salt. Okay, so maybe that doesn't work, but this, everywhere. And now that this is happening, what's next? I mean, honestly, we're almost done. Let's talk about meat for a second, shall we?
Let's do it.
So let me say this. What we do is a collaboration. And I mean that it's Max suggests things, I contribute. We have this back and forth about what this should be. Hey, are you looking at the camera or are you looking at the dogs playing?
It's pretty cute, so I
Okay.
have to see them.
Max's dog, Jordan's dog, and then Lewis the Chihuahua is like the referee.
Because
Good
it's
boy,
all
Lewis.
black
You keep
dogs.
them in check, Lewis. This gives Lewis something to do.
Lewis is such a pun.
He's a referee.
He's the only one making noise right now.
I know. Okay, hello, we have a show to shoot. I gotta go back. We started talking about this breakfast sandwich. It was gonna be simple. Really egg, melted cheese, that kind of stuff. There needed to be some kind of protein in it. And I did not want it to be bacon. Look, I love bacon, but I feel like we do too much bacon. Then I said, and I don't want a runny, drippy yolk. And Max goes, nope, it's a fried egg sandwich, no runny, drippy yolk. So we agreed on that. But when it came back to the protein, we had two different opinions. I suggested Black Forest ham, thinly shaved, a little pile of it. That would be amazing on this thing. And here's the part. When you put this in a sandwich like this, it's delicious. It's still smoky, it's still hammy, it's still great. But when you take this little pile and put it in a nonstick pan or on the flat top like we're going to, the fat starts to melt and it heats up and it gets a little crispy and the flavors go from here to here. So my choice. Max's choice for this was Canadian bacon. He wanted a single piece of Canadian bacon. I kept trying to say, Max, he goes, I don't know if Black Forest ham is going to be any good in this. I go, this little single thin piece of shit slice of Canadian bacon. And by the way, I'm Canadian, so I love this stuff. But in this sandwich, I imagined something like this, not like this. Like this, a pile, not a single piece like this. Look, even if you put two pieces, what have you got? It's not going to get close to this. So, how did we end up? We ended up with a 15-minute conversation, pros and cons. Black Forest ham, shaved, a little pile of it versus Max's thin little strips of Canadian bacon. So what did I do? I bought both because I'm magnanimous like that. I want to make everybody happy. That's how I am. So we're going to make one of each. I don't want you to judge at the end if the pile of Black Forest ham makes the sandwich look so much better. I'm not asking for that. That will not be our poll question today. I will not set up our poll question as, does the pile of gorgeous, beautiful, shaved Black Forest ham look so much better than Max's shitty little thin Canadian bacon? That, by the way, doesn't even belong on a Benedict. There's so many better things to put there. I'm not asking that. I'm going to make one of each, just so you can look at them. That's all. But before we put either of the hams on the flat top, we're going to start the egg and our bun, because our onions are ready. Let's start with the egg. There's my little pan, and if you didn't have a little pan, you could use anything, and you would just do what I'm going to do. Butter it. I do not want this to stick. So a little butter here, all the way up the sides. Then we'll crack our egg and put it in. And by the way, it doesn't have to be pretty because we want the yolk broken. Just like that. This will go on the heat. Oh, there's a little shell in that. That will now go on the heat. And as that begins to cook, we'll give it a little kosher salt and pepper. And while we're here, since we haven't done it, we'll add some salt and pepper to our onions, because every part needs to be seasoned. Now we'll turn our attention to our bun. That was a takedown. Could we come back here? So these are now just on low in the middle of my Evo, sort of maintaining their heat. What are you arguing for, Lewis? Are you for fighting or against fighting? Do you have one to... Oh, God. Lewis just about got taken out. Next up is our beautiful little bun. And of course, there's no way I'm just putting everything in this plain. So I'm going to cut this. You see my Sam the Cooking Guy knife? Have you ordered yours yet? Because they're available. Well, they're available to order. They're not going to be out till late May, June. But this is a nice little poppy seed in here. Beautiful little eggy bun. So we'll take some butter, spread it on here.
Now.
Okay, these guys can now come and get themselves on the flat top. They start to get some color. And the bun, because the flat top is hot, it's gonna go quick. So let's just get a little color. That's nice. A little bit on the bottom. Gorgeous. Take these guys off, they're ready. We'll put one more on for the other protein and we'll be good. Now we turn our attention back to our little egg. And here we are. And look at it, almost fully cooked. Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it Give it a flip. Oh, look it! It's like freaking McDonald's. You got to get one of these little pans. We'll put some cheese on top. Back it goes. We check our second bun. And the last thing we do before we build this little baby is we put our proteins on. My Black Forest ham and Max's Canadian bacon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Come on, let's put them on. Black Forest ham, Canadian bacon. So here's the deal. This stuff does not take long at all. When it's been on about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, the Canadian bacon, we can flip. The color makes the difference. The heat makes the difference. Same thing with our little pile of Black Forest ham. This is what you're looking for. It's tremendous. Look at what's happening here. Look at what's happening here.
When you say heat changes things, this is what you mean.
Yeah, I say heat changes things. And this is what I mean. It gets crispy, yes, it gets warm, but the flavors just go from a 2 out of 10 to a 12 out of 10. Okay, we're ready to build. Let's go. We get our buns ready, and they look like this. Well, they look freaking gorgeous is how they look. So I'm going to give them 2 things. The first each is a little Japanese mayo, because I believe it's important. And this step you might leave off, but this is gochujang, which is that Korean pepper paste that for me is going to make this a really interesting sandwich. So we take and we spread gorgeously. Next up will be our onions. We'll put a little pile on each. Oh my God, look at them. Holy shit. That's the good part. Next, this guy. Look, you could leave the onions off, but I think honestly, unless you've got like allergy issues, you're gonna be a loser if you do. Next up will be our proteins. We'll put our little pile of Black Forest ham right here. Hello, little pile of Black Forest ham. And I'll spread them out and I'll put Max's 2 little thin strips of Canadian bacon right there. And then they each get an egg and melty, gorgeous cheese. It's just not quite as high. That's okay. And then because I'm a sauce guy, a little bit more, about half of what we already have. Look, there's no reason not to, and every reason to. Moisture will really definitely help this. And on we go. And on we go. And there you have it. 2 beautifully prepared breakfast sandwiches. Lots of flavor, beautifully cooked eggs. And if you didn't cook your egg in a little pan like I just had, non-stick pan would be perfect. Caramelized onions underneath, Black Forest or Canadian bacon. Look, you want to use regular bacon, use regular bacon. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to be your guide. And of course, we must take a bite. You got this one, you got this one. They both are beautiful, honestly. Let's cut them in half and see what we end up with. This guy and this guy. There we go. Here, let me make it like this. There's half the outside, half the inside. Half the outside, half the inside. We're going to have a bite of both. You know that's going to happen, right? So here we go. Let's have this one first. Caramelized onion, the smoky Black Forest ham, egg, melty cheese, and that silly little sauce I made that I think is going to be amazing. Bite of this, and we bite. Honestly, that sauce. Who would put Korean hot pepper paste in a breakfast sandwich? I would. And you should. Change your shit up. Oh, the onions. They just hit. Don't do the same thing all the time. Don't. Okay. And this one, the Canadian bacon. more traditional, no less delicious looking, and a bite. I don't know where to go. This side, this side, this side. Oh my God. It's different, but in no less delicious way. Both of these are spectacular. Okay, do this. Whether you put Black Forest ham, whether you put Canadian bacon, whether you put regular bacon, whether you put smoked ham hock meat pulled off the bone, this is something you must do. Look how simple it was. And this little baby pan, this guy, that doesn't say what size it is. I don't know. What is that? 4 inches? 4.5 or something like that? I'd get one of those because it makes this kind of thing unbelievable. That's it. Thank you. I hope you couldn't tell, but Max and I are in the middle of a massive argument right now. Massive. I think we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay? Mm-hmm. Oh boy. That mm-hmm meant uh-uh. See ya. Okay, the knife is here. Well, here. You can pre-order it. You won't get it till May, but I'm really excited. This is it. The Sam the Cooking Guy 7-inch Nakiri. It's got the wide blade so you can chop and scoop and then put into a pot or a pan. It's got a beautiful pack of wood handle. My logo, my dumb face logo, is on the butt of it. And it's great. It has these Granton edge. The Granton edge, these little hollow grounds keep food from sticking like some other knives. Like you cut some cheese and it sticks. It won't stick to it. Anyways, here's what I'm here to say. I'm here to say you can now pre-order this. Go to the link. You'll be very happy, I think. You'll get it in May. Is that such a big deal? I don't think so. Just hit the link and all will be well.